Hi everybody. So this is a Christmas time and everybody is into the celebration mode, and we talk about Santa Claus, who gets so many gifts for us and makes us surprised. So today I am here with the thought that how can we be our own Santa? How can we be our own Santa? So what comes to my mind, what is the greatest thing which we can do to ourselves, the greatest gift we can give to ourselves, the greatest favor we can do to ourselves? See, charity begins from home, and if we can do something which is very, very valuable for us and which makes the life of people around better, then I think it is the biggest gift one can give to oneself and the people one loves, right? So what comes to my mind is that we have often heard uh, of the this concept, letting go. Let go, let go, let go. You shouldn't hold on to the things. So today I have come with a point of view, with a thought that uh, don't let go. Don't let go till it goes off on its own, because the concept of letting go is very, very stressful. The more we try to let go of something, which is a pattern in us, which is our habit, which is a conditioning, which is a proper behavior of us, which keep recycling into our life, no matter how much we try to control over it, or how much we try to forget it, how much we try to so-called let go of it, more it persists, and that really, really troubles us, and that gives us a feeling of a failure, as letting go is a concept and we are not able to do it. So today I have come with the biggest gift which you can give it to yourself, is the concept of don't let it go till it leaves you forever. How? Suppose somebody is into the habit of being rude to his or her child, right? Like many moms, I have seen them crying once they raise their voice on the child. Many times when they shout on their child, instead of hurting the child, they are hurting their soul more. They try to control themselves, they try to do anger management, they try to do various techniques and try to occupy tools for managing this behavior of them, of being very, very rude with their child. Instead of that, if they hold on to the thought that instead of focusing on the behavior, the outburst, the that particular those particular words which you said to your child, which hurts your soul now, if you focus on the intention, right, if you focus on the intention, then it would then focus on the intention than what came out as a behavior, then the guilt will be lesser and we would be able to forget it in lesser time. We will not hold it, we will not try to let it go, rather it will leave us soon and it will repeat itself lesser, because what makes a pattern, when we are aware of certain doing of ours that is not very pleasant to us, which is not acceptable to our own self, but it is happening again and again as a cycle, as a repeated cycle, and more we try to control it, more damages it does. So that time, guilt is so much and the feeling of failure is so much that we are only focusing on the guilt, we are only focusing ourselves as a failure. So that is why that thing is being attracted more by us every time when we do. And if it is not likable and we take a pledge of looking at the intent than the outcome, then the feeling of guilt will not be there, right? Trying of letting go will not be there. We are holding on to the feeling of intent, the concept of intent, than trying to let it go. Then obviously we will attract more of the good intent. If we are attracting more good intent into our life, it will come as a package of good intent plus good outcome also. And what helps more is when we again recreate that situation into our mind and rehearse it once again, though it has happened in the past. Instead of holding on to the feeling of guilt, instead of trying to let it go again, if we just look at the intent and try to recreate that particular scene more into our mind and see ourselves doing what is better than what we did last time, then obviously we would be seeing the positive part of it, and the guilt would not be there, because guilt does more damage than what we have already done, right? So instead of keeping the guilt, if we can introspect, if we can visualize ourselves behaving better, then definite and look at the intent, hold on to intent, hold on to the intent, and rather try not to let it go. Let it be the way it is. I think we are in more acceptance to what has happened, which is a reality. Nothing can change it. And instead of trying to let it go, again I'm saying, do not let it go till it leaves you forever. This concept of letting go is sometimes very, very ingenuine, because the things which are there as patterns, or there are certain peoples, people whom we try to let go. There are certain people in our life who we deliberately try to let go. The more we try to let go, more they persist. We are all the time hooked to their memories, or hooked to the questions that why they did this to us, and this should have happened, this should not have happened, the thing should have been this way. The more that person persists into our mind, then what is the way that we can actually let that person go from our mind without trying to let it go? So the secret formula is that we have to have this acceptance that this particular person's memory is not only tied to our mind, it is tied to our soul. It is inseparable, right? So we have to become okay with it. We don't have to try to let it go. Only thing is, we have to remember that we can never let go of the people we have loved, even for a moment in our life. We can only let go the pain attached to them. We can only heal ourselves with the pain we have experienced with their presence or their absence in our life. We can never let go of the person. So the secret formula is, no matter how much pain you feel, just witness the pain, be with the pain, and that pain will not kill you if you let that pain really, really take over you. Cry, shout, be angry, cry again, cry as much as you can. There would be a time, when these tears will heal you, and you would feel that you have done your part, you have done enough of your effort to mend things, or to complete with that particular person. If that did not happen, that completion did not happen, your part is over. That particular person is not there in your life because there is some there are some steps which needs to be taken on behalf of that particular person, which you can never take. Your journey towards him, because both two people has to meet at a banal point. I'm talking about people who are alive and who are separated, right? Two people have to meet at a banal point. There is a certain journey which you have to take forward, and there are certain number of steps which other person has to take forward. If you have taken your number of steps by remembering that person, by trying communication, by crying over it, by trying to make your point, taking rest, doing everything whatever was there in your hand, and you know now that there's nothing beyond it you can do. You have taken the embarrassment, you have killed your ego. Sometimes you feel that you have put your self-respect also on stake. Everything when you have done, when all the all the weapons are finished, I would say weapons, because they are like they are tools you are setting forward to fix up something. When all these tools are over, then you know you have already taken your steps. Nothing more you can do about it. The only thing you will have at that particular banal point, the middle point, where you're supposed to meet, is a satisfaction, a smile. You would not even be waiting, because now you know that that person is not there because of his own constraints. During your own journey, you must have also had certain constraints which had nothing to do about that particular person's behavior or his personality. It was all about you and your life, your constraints. So obviously when you reach at that particular middle point, you understand that person more, the way you have understood your journey, because it has not been easy to take those steps forward and to reach the middle point. Now you are there at the banal point with a smile on your face that you have done enough. So definitely there would not be a wait at all, because you know that everybody has got timing of their own journey. There is no sense of waiting. This life is a continuum. If not now, there would be that point that particular person will be there at midpoint. If there is a midpoint, it has to have two end zones. Then only there is a midpoint. If you are there at the midpoint, definitely that person will be there, but no timing should be fixed to it, right? So that is why the pain is very, very helpful, because it makes you reach where you are supposed to reach, and the other part is the other person's journey, right? And for those who have left us for the other worlds, I would say that we all are playing some character here. We all are playing roles here, and that person's role was this much into your life. If there is certain incompletion, right, that incompletion can be that incompletion can be completed only by you, also by prayers, by visualizations, where you are actually happy with that particular person in spite of that person not being here in your life on this earth also. And prayers really, really do heal. So it is all about healing your own self, so that completion is there. There is no need of letting go, because the effort to let go does more damage than actually letting go. Because letting go, there's nothing called letting go. Nothing will go from your life till it has reached its expiry date. It will leave only when it is supposed to leave. If you try to let it go before its timing, you will only prolong its presence into your life. So friends, now ease out. The biggest gift you are giving yourself on this Christmas is never try to let it go. Just let it be, and trust me, if you let it be, you are bigger than the pain it has brought with you, because that pain will create a space in you which will make you larger than the pain itself. And when the larger you will have enough energy, enough courage to move forward in the journey of your own life, which is your responsibility, you have come on this earth with. So friends, I hope you are feeling very, very easy now, because There's something called letting go, and you don't have to let it go. Let it be. It will leave when it is supposed to leave you. And trust me, the package, what it brings with it is the pain, the efforts, the breaking of the ego, experiencing of the love, the helplessness, the attachment, and then attachment turning into, commitment to your own self. It's a beautiful journey, to each its own. The things will improve when you stop letting it go, because it removes the guilt from your heart, from your soul. The moment guilts go and you accept that there is nothing which could change the situation, it had to be the way it is. So it gives you more strength, because when you have tried all odds and nothing changes, so you have done your best, right? So when you have done your best by facing the pain, by taking the wrath, then there's nothing as a human you could do beyond it. So let it be. It will not kill you. It will make you a bigger, larger person who can hold this much of pain, and what a beauty it brings along. So let it be. That is the biggest Christmas gift you can give to your own self, and that will make people around you happier and more blessed. Have a nice, blessed life, and Merry Christmas. Thank you.